Hello, good morning. Welcome to one of the first program sessions of the day. We just had Torsten Zerreiter talking about the program for the day and the rest of the days to follow. And we have our first session on the stage in the baton holder today. So I'm really happy to welcome. Then we have Charlene Putney, who's the COO of Leica, and Martin Pichermeyer, I'm never going to get the Austrian right, who's the CEO. So together they're going to share a talk about sharing time, shaping place. And they have a couple of other things in the program today as well, with a workshop this afternoon as well. So if you love their talk today, then also check out the workshop later at 4. So hi, welcome to the stage and all yours. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Yes, hello. It's always super nice to have the morning session, right? I was betting on 30 people and I just counted and we are 28 short. Actually, we were on the way, but then 2 people left from there and one of them was a former student, so I'm gonna get a little mark in my mental notebook now. I'm Martin. Most of you know me, actually. Not only like we were introduced with our fancy new C-suit titles, which is great if you're 3 people doing a little startup, so everyone gets a C-suit. But you might know me from Broken Rules. Felix is back there. The nowadays Broken Rules. I'm past Broken Rules. You might know Shah from what? From Larian, Divinity Original Sin 2, or Die Gute Fabrik, I guess, or Nuts. Nuts was nominated here 2 years ago, I guess, or something. So that's why we're here. That's why specifically us are here. And today we were asked to do a little bit of an opening thing, a kind of icebreaker interactive performance with our thing, because we're making an AI tool. And we thought that this is, or we're using that a lot actually when we're giving talks or workshops or something as a kind of weird little performance piece. Why can it do that? It can do that because our specific text-based, mostly text-based, AI tool is made so that you take existing writing and train a little language model to replicate more of that writing. For example, you can take the 2,000-year-old, he's not that old, he actually died a couple of years ago, but 2,000 years ago born Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, massage his meditations, his most famous book, into Leica, and then you can ask Marcus Aurelius to comment on indie games, on the Ukraine war, on the future of AI. And that is actually interesting. It's a very different use to ChatGPT that is more, well, I guess you've all, who has tried ChatGPT? Yeah, I thought so. So I don't have to explain what ChatGPT does. It does a lot. It doesn't do a lot of what our tool is doing, which is more really this, like digging into something that exists. And that means it's a kind of weird cultural heritage and excavation, it's archaeology. And it allows you to make these weird, crazy connections between something that is now or the future and something that is very old. And that's what we're going to do now. So Shah is going to lead a little séance. Why is it a séance? Because those people are all dead. Why are they dead? Because of the copyright law. It killed them. No, it didn't kill them, actually. We only have out of copyright literature because we want to be the good guys in AI. Stupid idea, I know. But so we don't want to exploit living people, we exploit dead people. That makes us the good guys. A séance conjures thoughts from the dead people about contemporary topics. And I think with that I can hand over. Did I forget something?
I suppose you forgot to tell people that we're open now, and if they go to Write with Leica,
yeah, you can actually try it out later yourself.
Click on Start Writing, they can try it out themselves for free whenever they like.
Yeah.
And if you like the idea, we have a workshop this afternoon from 4 to 5:30 where we're going to talk about experimental writing with AI. We're going to do a bunch of different techniques, tying kind of old school techniques from like William Burroughs and Brian Geison's cut-up technique through working with tarot cards all the way through to today. So if you like writing and you like AI, come along this afternoon. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. So when we go to Leica, I'm just going to go into our editor here. And I've already written this down because you'd be amazed how many times I make typos when I'm typing on stage. Even though I'm a professional writer, it's still hard. So when we're inside of Leica, we can see here that we have these brains. So we call all of our fine-tuned models brains. They're like little brains in a jar that we can pick off a shelf. And we've got a huge library of brains. So every week there's like one that is the brain of the week. This week it's the Tao Te Ching made by Mar here.
Well, originally it was Lao Tse.
I give you all the credit. And then we have the brains by popularity, which are the ones that people like the most. You can keep your favorite brains. We have all brains. So you've got like brains that are private to me, brains that are made by our community. So there's like hundreds of these at this point.
Did you explain what a brain is?
I said it was a fine-tuned model.
Okay.
Do you want to?
No, it's all good. I'm just making some conversation here.
Okay. Banter flowing.
Yeah. I mean, I still have one joke lined up because...
Oh, you have a joke?
Yeah, because you all wonder what the secret sauce is, and we found the secret sauce here. There are actually 2 packs of tuna sandwich for some reason behind, and it's vegan, behind your laptop, and that's what's powering it, I guess. The mysteries of a maze are just...
And a lot
giving.
of public brains that we've also made for people. So we can choose to use any of these to work with. And so whenever we work with one of these brains, we can write anything and then ask Leica to kind of finish the sentence, finish the thought, and it'll give us a tiny snippet. So it's never going to write a book for you, and it's not going to ever keep people standing in the same place that they were standing in the last scene, but it's going to give you a little something interesting for the next space. So what I thought we could do today was have a little look at 5 themes for our amazing time together over the next few days. So we often do this where we kind of get predictions for the future of AI or predictions for the future of procedural generation. But this is a little bit different. This is going to be something, the idea is like something that shapes our time together. So if you have your 2 feet on the floor, we're all going to be here in this space working together to make this. So I'm going to start off with the first one and pick something, and then I'm going to see if you guys will help me out with some ideas for the next pieces. So just going to start off. Firstly, we should remember and the brain that I'm going to use for the very first one is The Third Mind. And this is the book that's written by William Burroughs and Brian Geisen about cut-up technique, which they invented in the 50s in the Beat Hotel. And the idea behind that was that they had this idea that you could only get the true meaning of a text if you cut up and then remixed it around and put it back together. And that using like your human pattern recognition brain, you'd be able to find meaning and find new things inside the text than existed otherwise. So they popularized this whole way of working, and then they wrote a book about it called The Third Mind. So I made a brain out of The Third Mind, which is one of my favorites, and I feel like it's very appropriate since Leica is like the spiritual grandchild of Burroughs and Geisen, to ask them what our first thing is. So let's just see what they give us. So every time we ask Leica to generate suggestions, it's going to give us 3 different ones, 3 inferences, and we get to choose which one we go for. So we can see here the first one is, firstly, we should remember to breathe in the fresh air our time is created in. We breathe in the sounds of nature, music, and of course, words. So honestly, this is pretty good. I'm finding it hard to think that the other ones are going to improve on this, but let's see what they give us. So if we alternate and see, breathe. There is no room in this house for any other voice. We are all interconnected. Okay, it's actually also pretty good, right, Mar? And third, breathe life into any and all words. So I'm going to ask you each time we do one, so we're going to do 5. And so this is the first one, to give me a hands up for which one you like the most. So hands up for number 1. Okay, hands up for number 2. Okay, slightly more, and hands up for number 3. Oh, I don't know, is it 2 or 3 more?
I think it was actually 2, but only because it was so concentrated here, maybe.
a strong showing for 2 from the Austrian contingent. So we will go with number 2. So that's our first one, okay? So then secondly, to make the most of our time together, let's see what Marcus has to say. Because Marcus Aurelius, like Mar said, he always gives us something good, so we'll give him a try. So we pick Marcus and then ask him to finish it off. Don't be hurried. Focus on what you're doing it for, and what the end result will be. Or don't be hurried. Focus on what is said. Do not waste your time on trivialities. We should aim to do nothing unnatural. Nature designed us for that. Okay, so hands up for focusing on what we're doing and the end result. Hands up for focus on what is said. Hands up for nothing unnatural. I think we should do a lot of unnatural things, so we go for
just
1.
between 1 and 3,
Yeah.
more 1 maybe.
Yeah. And
Can't let the Austrians win all
Can't
the
let
time.
the Austrians win all the time, even though that's how. Don't be hurried. Okay, focus on what you're doing it for, what the end result will be. Okay, thirdly, does somebody have a line to start off for me? Don't be shy. This is like extremely low stakes, extremely low stakes. No one's going to judge you.
Sometimes.
We may sometimes. Very nice. Okay, and does somebody want to choose a brain for me? Lovecraft.
I know it's going to be Lovecraft.
Need to take time to think about the future, but don't overthink it. Okay? Or have to wait until after the meeting has ended to discuss the matter. Or be forced to do things that we wouldn't otherwise do. Okay, strange ones. Very un-Lovecraft. He usually brings us into doom very quickly.
Yeah,
But he's very
that is true.
undoomy today. He's obviously feeling the vibes. So who likes take time to think about the future but don't overthink it? Okay. Who likes wait until after the meeting is ended to discuss the matter? And who likes forced to do things we wouldn't otherwise do? Too many people, that's what we're going to have to do. Okay. And I'm going to take off the fourthly because that's just a spoiler. We have to make our own fourthly. Okay. Fourthly. Is fourthly even a word? I feel like I've never seen it.
I think it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have a kickoff for that?
Speak now.
Speak now.
Check the basement too.
Check the basement.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and who should we have finish this for us? So these are a bunch of my favorite brains. These are kind of the collective favorite brains. You may feel free to shriek a brain at me that you see and think looks good. Agatha Christie, okay. Where is Agatha gone?
Oh, she's not in the public brains. She's in the community
she's-
brains.
Okay. And it is Poirot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Let's
bet
see.
he's good at finding something in the basement.
Make- okay. So make sure no one's
Well, it
there.
makes sense.
Make sure there isn't anything else in the house that could be of use. Or make sure it's really there.
Oh, whoa.
Okay. So hands up for no one's there. Hands up for anything else in the house that could be of use. And hands up for it's really there.
Yes.
Okay. And then our last theme for our time together. Someone, throw me a line.
Play games.
Play games.
Play games and have.
Okay, play games. And who will be our brain? Sorry?
Was
Ursula.
not that enough. Not that enough. Yeah.
Tao?
Yeah. The problem with the Tao Te Ching is that it's a very tiny text, so it's really, yeah, let's give it a try, but it really goes random places when you're not talking about water, the
Relax.
way, or something like that.
Play games and relax until you find what your heart desires. Then keep quiet. It's not bad. Or lose them when you don't have anything better to spend your time on. Mastering gaming is like practicing patience with your enemy.
That's actually pretty good.
Pretty good. Activities together with your family as a whole, not just yourself.
That's
Okay, so so first, who likes relax until you find what your heart desires, then keep quiet? Who likes lose them when you don't have anything better? Yes, okay. And who likes activities? Nobody. Well, sorry, Jan. Okay, so this is the one. And then, Mara, would we make a little image?
We
of
can
one
make a
of them?
little
Yeah?
image, yeah, we can give it a try.
I think that the first one is a good one to make an image of as our talisman. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So to make an image, we're just going to, I'm just going to copy this here.
So we have a little bit of a stable diffusion integration that is totally not going to replace any artists, by the way, because it's really not useful for that. But it is very useful for just getting a little bit of a visual inspiration from what you have done. But it is extremely unpredictable what it will do. So let's see what it does with an abstract concept, an abstract image.
Very abstract.
But cool. Oh wow, what's up with those
one.
people? It looks a bit like a book burning. I went here through Adolfstrasse and I'm still shocked, I'm sorry.
Okay, I think this is the one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's us. That's us here in the room, all of us looking furtively around this little flame that we're creating together. So yeah, that is us. That is thanks to William Burroughs and Brian Geisen, Marcus Aurelius, H.P. Lovecraft, Agatha Christie, and the Lao Tzu.
Mm-hmm.
And and Leica. And if you like this, or
And you.
If
Yeah.
you like this and think this might be a fun way to work and to find things in your hidden unconscious or make something, come on over to our workshop today at 4 o'clock. We're going to do this for like an hour and a half. We're going to delve deep. So yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, exactly. So yes, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're only 1 minute over time.
Huh.
Thank you.
Thanks for getting up for us.
Thank you. Thanks for starting off our session today, and thanks for having a nice interactive session with the audience. Nice prompts. So the workshop, again, it's at 4 o'clock. It's called Machines of Writing Grace.
Yes.
Nice. So more experiments with AI at 4 o'clock if you're interested at the workshops. And again, Charlene has then tomorrow at 10 a one calm yoga session. So if you need to relax from today's excitement and get started with a calm, clean mind, I think tomorrow is the day. So
No AI in the yoga session.
no AI in the yoga session.
Completely
Good to know.
Human bodies.
Downward frog. Cool. Okay, our next session is at 11:05. We're going to be joined remote from Melbourne. So for the moment, we have a little break here. The Kupferhalle has also some sessions on starting at 11. We'll be back here at 11:05 for Wayward Strand, Frustrating the Player and Why We Love to Do It. And joining us from Melbourne is Goldie Bartlett, Jason Bakker, and Susan Dang. So we will see you back here at 11:05 if you aren't in the Kupferhalle sessions. All right. See you then.